If you took our entire solar system, every planet, every asteroid, every last piece of matter, and dropped it into this object, it would vanish completely, without even touching the edges. According to the laws of physics, something this large should not exist. It is too massive, too heavy, too far beyond comprehension. Hidden behind a wall of blinding light in the distant universe, it waits. A gravitational trap so extreme, it holds the crushed remains of 66 billion suns. Welcome to the terrifying reality of Ton 618, the largest black hole ever discovered in human history. When you imagine a black hole, you probably picture a perfect sphere of darkness, silent, cold, empty. A void resting quietly in space. And for most black holes, that is true. But Ton 618 is not silent. It is awake, and it is feeding. When a supermassive black hole feeds, it doesn't hide in darkness. It screams in light. Imagine a vortex of gas, dust, and torn-apart stars, millions of miles wide, spiraling downward into a cosmic drain. As this ocean of matter is pulled inward, gravity crushes it together, friction becomes violent, temperatures rise to billions of degrees. The gas ignites, and what forms is a storm of fire, a glowing inferno of plasma, brighter than anything else in the surrounding universe. This blazing ring of destruction is called a quasar. A quasar is not a star. It is a funeral, a cosmic graveyard, lit by the final scream of matter as it is torn apart and consumed. For decades, astronomers searched the deepest parts of the night sky, looking for these beacons of blinding light. But when they pointed their telescopes toward the constellation Canes Venatici, they found something that made no sense. A quasar, burning with impossible intensity. It shines with the power of 140 trillion suns, a light so overwhelming, it completely blinds us from seeing the galaxy around it. We cannot see its stars. We cannot see its structure because the quasar alone outshines everything. But the true horror of Ton 618 is not the light. It is the monster hidden at the center of it, at the heart of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. There is a black hole known as Sagittarius A. It holds the mass of 4 million suns. For a long time, we believed that was the upper limit, the peak of cosmic terror. But Ton 618 makes that monster look like dust. Astronomers had to invent a new term just to describe it: ultramassive black hole. Because Ton 618 does not contain millions of suns. It contains 66 billion. The mass of a black hole determines the size of its event horizon, the boundary where nothing escapes, not even light. For Ton 618, that boundary stretches across 390 billion kilometers, a size so vast it defies imagination. But the most disturbing truth is not its size, it is its age. When we look into space, we are not seeing the present. Light takes time to travel, so the farther we look, the further back in time we see. TUN 618 is located 10.4 billion light-years away, which means the light we see today began its journey over 10 billion years ago. We are not seeing it as it is. We are seeing it as it was, when the universe was still young, and that creates a terrifying problem. Black holes take time to grow. They start small and slowly feed over billions of years, consuming stars, absorbing gas, merging with others. But TUN 618 was already this massive when the universe was still in its early stages. It did not have enough time to become this large. According to physics, it should not exist. It breaks the rules of cosmic evolution. So what created it? Did it form directly from the collapse of a massive primordial cloud? Did it feed on something in the early universe that we still don't understand? We don't know. And that is what makes it one of the darkest mysteries in modern science. But there is one final thought that is even more disturbing. If we are seeing TUN 618 as it was 10 billion years ago, and it was already the largest known object at that time, then what does it look like today? For 10 billion years, hidden in darkness, it has continued feeding, pulling in stars, devouring galaxies, growing without limit. What has it become in all that time? We may never know. It is too far away, too distant, too unreachable. All we can do is stare at its ancient ghost burning violently in the far darkness, a reminder of a brutal truth. The universe was not made for us. It is chaotic, violent, filled with giants, capable of erasing entire worlds without making a sound. We believe we control our fate, but in reality, we are nothing more than passengers on a tiny speck of dust floating in an ocean far too vast to understand.